Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm with Mummy. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
So we're actually up in Belfast at the moment. We're at the Knightsbridge Private Hospital. You're going for an appointment.
Yeah, with Dr. Ramesh.
Dr. Ramesh.
In room 2.
In room 2.
And we're a bit early.
We're slightly early, but we took our time coming up and we stopped for coffee and stuff, so. But this is, we only found out on Wednesday that you had this appointment, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of a mad dash. But after here, we're going to go to Asda because Mum wants to get some piccalilli. And we're going to have a look at other pickles, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we're going to do that.
And a cake.
Oh, and she's buying a cake. So we'll do that. And
this is the cake she told me that she was going to buy on the last...
when I was in Tesco. Yeah.
So I'm going to buy it myself.
Oh, shut up. You're not going to buy it yourself. So we're also looking for a candle. The strawberry one I smelled this morning. I want to get a second one of it. Right, lads, we're going to go because we want to go in and find this room 2 and get this woman looked at. And we will talk to you probably in Asda. Hey guys, good morning actually. Good morning. It is exam day number 1 for this week. We only have 2 exams this week and we're done. Finished. Finito. Never to sit these Leave Cert exams again. That's it. All 3 kids done and dusted. Boom. But today is Spanish. So in fairness to him, obviously we lived in Spain for years. So he has a very good level of Spanish. He went over when he was 5. He'd only done 1 year of school in Ireland, which was obviously the colour and the learn your alphabets, like it was baby school. So all his schooling up to the age of 10, maybe 11, was in Spanish, and they only did English for an hour a week. So he has a brilliant level. The only thing that gets to him is he doesn't know why he does certain things. I suppose like English, why are some letters silent, why this? He doesn't know that because he was brought up just with Spanish. It's just the way it is. I suppose if a foreign person asked us, why are these rules here? Unless you're an English teacher, know the rules. I haven't a clue why certain things are pronounced certain ways given the circumstance in which they're said. I don't know why red is not red, it's read. Do you know what I mean? But he was brought up like that in Spanish, so he was picking up to do grammar and something else that he wouldn't know if someone said to him, what is the past conjunctive verb? I don't know, I can't even say it. Or things like that. He doesn't know, but given the context, he knows which ones to use. It's a weird situation. Anyway, he's gone in to sit Spanish. Probably the only exam that I could probably guarantee he was going to leave early, or could leave early, but he can't. Because at the end of the Spanish exam, I think they have a 5-minute break, and then they go into where it's a listening exam. So they play something and they ask questions on it for your understanding of Spanish. Again, he hasn't really heard spoken Spanish. Like last night I went into his room to see if he was okay. I mean, as you do. He was up in his room and he had the news, I think 24-hour Spanish news channel on, and I said to him, oh, you listen to the news in Spanish? And he was like, yeah, I'm just tuning my ear back in. And I was like, oh, okay, because obviously he wouldn't be around, he'd be all around English. So it was just, so he's just trying to get his ear back into it last night. And this morning, coming out in the car, he was listening to the news again in Spanish on his phone. So he'll be grand. And it's funny, I don't know why he's panicking over this one a bit like than the other ones. This one, I would have put money on that he had it nailed. But, or maybe because everybody's expecting him to nail it, he feels a bit more pressure. Could be. You wouldn't know. You don't know what's going on in kids' heads, the way they're thinking. Anyway, so just to update you on Mam. Sorry, there's a big seagull, and I swear to God, it is intent on getting in the car with me. Just to update you on Mam. We went up to Belfast. We saw the consultant up there, and she got a diagnosis of what was going on with her, which she was happy with. And I know she was stressed out to the eyeballs with it because she kept saying, no, I'm not stressed, not worried, I'm fine. But yet, when we came out of the doctor's, we went to Asda. We came home. Now, it was a long travel day. It was, probably took 3 hours going up, 3.5 hours maybe going up, because we did stop and have coffee and stuff. And then coming down, we'd gone to Asda, and then with the drive down. And it was late at night. And she slept, like, I think till 12 o'clock the next day. Maybe 1 o'clock. She had a big lie-in, and God love her. You knew, even though she was telling you she wasn't stressed, obviously she was stressed over it, because once she got it and she was happy with the diagnosis, she was like a balloon deflating. But she'd also had a big travel day on Friday. She'd come up from her house in Galway to Dublin, and that took 2 buses, and it was a long old trip up. So she had 2 travel days back to back. So Sunday she stayed, and then on Monday her and Kerry went back down. So yeah, that was exciting. Kerry has news for you. She's after getting a new job. But I let her explain it all to you and the process that was involved, because the poor child, I felt sorry for. Every time she came out of the interview, she kept saying, I have no clue how that went. But I let her get into all that with you. So we bought a cake and came down. But I think because as well, she'd come up for the interview, she was a bit stressed, and she was like, I had to go to the interview. She came up, then the next day she'd be up at 6:30, go to the interview, come home. She went for a nap. She got up. Grandma was coming up. She just had a very... So once we were back from Belfast, we put the phones away, we put the cameras away, and we just chilled. So recorded nothing, bar me cleaning a bit of the kitchen. And every time I seemed to clean it, people came in looking for food. But that's just the house that's in it. But yeah, I did a bit of cleaning. Mum sort of had a bit of a chill day on Sunday. And that's really it. Now we're back at the exams again. And I wasn't stressed till he starts stressing over this. Now I'm sort of going, oh God. Yeah, he'd be fine. So all I have to do today, I'm actually doing very little because I'm very tired. We did install a camera in the house so I can keep an eye on the dog when I'm out of the house, which is nice. And it gives me alerts if he goes into certain, passes the camera or whatever it is. I really don't understand too much about it. Carol's more the man for setting up that type of stuff now. What else was there? That's really it. We're just back in the exam train again. We're going to go for our ice cream because, as I said, it's very hot. And that's really it. I'm going to go up. I need to write a list. And if I told you the list I was writing, you would think I'm batshit crazy. But yeah, I have to write a list. And then I am going to go home. I have a couple of videos I need to edit this afternoon. So I'm going to do that, get that organised. And that's really it. That's really all we've planned. I don't even know what's for dinner. But we're going to stop and get our ice cream on the way home. That I do know. So guys, I arrived back at the school. And about, what time did I come back at? Early anyway, about 11, maybe 11:15. And Carl came out of his exam, but he had to go back in at 12 because of the he's the listening exam now. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me over the rain. The heavens have just opened and the drops are absolutely massive. It's thundering, there's lightning, crazy time. But rain is just so heavy. So I'm waiting for him to come out. We're going to go get our ice creams. Yeah. Oh my God, the rain. Alright guys, good afternoon. And it is another day and the final exam. Sorry, after eating a bar of chocolate. Final exam today, accountancy. So this exam's on from 2 till 5, I think. So he said to me, Mom, he says, I'll probably be out early. He says, I'm not overly confident in accountancy. So I said, fine. But I did say to him, I said, I won't be going anywhere. I brought my my planner along with me. So I have to plan out the next 2 weeks' videos. So if there's any suggestions of something that you want, what might be for you, it'll be the next it'll be 2 weeks out, a week after that again before the first one comes up, because I'm a week ahead of where yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. But if there's any suggestions you want, let me know, and I can start planning them in, because obviously with the summer coming up now, exams over, getting dug into my house. The first room I want to get dug into. My kitchen's fine, stay on top of my kitchen. Sitting room, the couch is free, I can get dug into there again. My bedroom, I cannot wait to get dug into my bedroom. And the only reason I haven't got dug into it is obviously with exams and stuff. I was so scared I was going to go someday, come home tired after driving up here and just have stuff everywhere. So I thought, no, it's sort of organisy-ish, there's gaps, I can get in. Excuse me, and get on the bed. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So we're only talking, myself and Cara, going, right, that's it, that's done. What do we do next? So anyway, what I'm doing next is I'm going to plan out the videos. But before that, I'm going to eat my lunch. And I bought this, it's $6.50 and it's a salad. I got it over at the deli. There's chicken, there's beetroot, I love beetroot. Salad mix, cheese, egg mayonnaise, there's everything on there. So I'm going to eat that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to listen to my podcast. And then I'm going to... What date is today? Sorry, lads. I'm a bit confused. You'll have to bear the 21st. So the two girls are coming up on the weekend. So not... Yeah, this weekend, isn't it? 21st, yeah. So they're coming up this weekend. Hayley has a concert she's going to with her friend on the 26th or 7th. I think it's the weekend they're going to see. And that's quite being held in Marley Park, so it's quite near, so I can drop them off semi-close and collect them afterwards. So I'm not really... They're going to go do that, but it means... I mean, as much as the girls have been... Everything's been brought up to their room and sorted slightly, I have to make a bed up for Hayley's friend coming over. Now, it's fine. She can sleep in Kerry's bed. Kerry can come down to me. But I have to tidy up around. I mean, as much as the girls sort of try to organise it into piles a bit, yeah, no. Not when our friends coming to stay. So that could be probably next week's vlog, because I'll probably end this one either today or tomorrow, depending on what we're doing. But that's it. 3 weeks of exams are finally over. So it's, as I said, 6 subjects, but 8 exams, because English and maths were divided into 2 exams each. So you had paper 1 and paper 2 in English and maths. So yeah, so we've done it, guys. We have reached the end of the exams. I will never, ever, ever again have a child going through leaving cert exams or junior cert exams. And thanks be to Jesus, because I thought I'd never get to this day. Because obviously with moving into Spain, the level of Spanish, because I put them into an all Spanish school. I didn't put them into an English speaking school in Spain. I put them in, so they were all held back a year as they moved along for their Spanish to catch up with them, which is fine. I had no problem with that. Then when they came back to Ireland, Kerry went into 3rd year straight into state exams, because she had to do that. Because she didn't complete her junior cycle, as in her 5 to sort of 12 in Ireland, and she wouldn't, if she didn't sit the junior cert at 16, roughly. Now this is just rough timelines. Which is your compulsory education in Ireland. Because she didn't complete the primary school of that, and if she didn't do her secondary school exams, she would have been classed as a foreign student coming back to Ireland. So I didn't want that. So she got over. We threw her in the October, the year of the exams. And the 2 kids were held back in primary school coming over, because their English, obviously they'd been only speaking English and doing an hour's English lesson in school in Spain. But because, as I said, their school wasn't an English speaking or an English focused school, they were held back in when they came back to Ireland to allow their English to catch up. So education, compulsory education and leaving cert, I thought I would never see the end of. I just seem to be in the system forever and a day. And Hayley and Kerry did 1 year Montessori before they went to school. Carol ended up doing 2 years Montessori because he's only 10 months younger than Hayley. the Montessori teacher, I went to school with her sister, and Carl was heartbroken every time we were dropping Haley off at school. And he was able for it. He just wasn't fully nappy trained and stuff, but she took him in and gave him 2 years. Now, did he do as hard as stuff as Haley? As hard as stuff you do in Montessori. He did 2 years in there. He did the first year with Haley. Well, it was actually half a year, I think. My God, I'm talking back 20 years nearly. I think it was a half a year he did in with Haley. He went in after after he turned 2. So he did 2 to 2.5, and then 3 to 4 on his own. And I always aimed, no matter who was being kept back, I always said to them, Carl and Haley cannot be in the same class. And the reason I did that, I mean, people look at me sometimes and go, oh, it would have been so much easier, especially in Spain. They would have had each other. Yeah, they would have. That was the whole problem. They would have become reliant on each other. So I did 1 year. I think 1 year they both were in the same year in school. Could have been second or first, maybe they repeated. Haley repeated first and Carl moved into first, or Haley repeated second and Carl moved into second. Something like that. I can't remember. They'd remember the specifics of it. But I said to the teacher, I said, yeah, you can hold him back. I have no problem with you. If you're the teacher, I'm not a teacher. If that is your educated opinion, that is fine. I have no problem with them staying back. They both be in the same year. I said, but do not put them into the same class. Because knowing Haley, she'll mother Carl, and Carl will depend on Haley to speak up for him. And he had to learn to speak up for himself, and she had to learn to take a step back. So yeah, but they were in the same yard. I mean, they got to do breaks and everything together. It wasn't as if they were isolated from each other. But yeah, no, I never let them go into the same class and stuff. Oh, police have just pulled up. Maybe someone didn't like the accountancy exam or the physics exam that was on this morning. Anyway, not to worry. I don't know if you can hear me. The wind is blowing, but I had to open the windows and get a bit of a wind blown through. So yeah, so that's the story. So I'm waiting for this fella to come out. I'm going to listen to a podcast. Not a podcast. I'm actually listening to my audiobook. I think I'm going to go for my audiobook. I'm going to eat my salad, and I have to get a drink out of the boot. And that's it then. We'll just wait for this guy to come out. I'll do my planning. As I said, any suggestions for videos that you'd like to see coming up, shops you want me to go have a look in, anything like that, let me know, because trying to come up with new ideas, sometimes you sort of hit a bit of a... Haley did me out a spreadsheet of different shops, and then she was coming up with ideas, but yeah, she was coming up with some wild ideas as well. But anyway, not to worry. And we're going to, over the summer we'll do a week down, maybe 2 weeks down at my mum's, maybe 2 weeks divided, 1 July and 1 August. I don't know. Oh, do you know, I was tempted the other day. Sorry, this is going off on a tangent now. With this good weather that's around, my mother's backyard is a sun trap. I mean, the heat that was being that. I was thinking of buying a little pop-up tent thing, and one of those, you know, the blow-up or the inflatable hot tub things. I was saying, oh, I might buy one. Now, I looked at the price. They're €500 for both. I was like, maybe not. I'm a bit broke for that. But, oh, my God. And then I said it to my mum, and she was like, I think I mentioned it to her in passing. I think she was like, well, if we aim for next year. I was like, okay. So, yeah, so that's sort of a plan for next year. By the time the summer kicks around, I want to have a hot tub. I want to have an inflatable hot tub. Either for my garden, and then when I go down to my mum's, deflated, bring it down to my mum's. My poor old auntie'd get an awful fright as all running around the back garden in our swimsuits. She used to give the locals a fright. Let alone me auntie. Anyway, right lads, I'm going to go eat my salad. I'll talk to you when we get home after this exam. Alright guys, so home from the exams. To celebrate the last of the exams, we got a Indian. And this is a chicken korma. 3-in-1. It's with chicken korma, chips, rice, and rice. And then we got some samosas, something like that, to start. And we also got a garlic bread to help eat it. And this is mine. This is chicken tikka masala with chips and rice. So happy days. Alright guys, so I am going to end the vlog here. it's just been, as I said, a roller coaster of a time this June, and looking forward to heading into July and having some downtime with the girls back working away and back in the house, just able to tear into the house and get organised. I dropped my phone, so I'm on a new phone, so I don't know, this is my first video I'm recording on this phone, so I don't know how the hell it's going to turn out. But while all that was going on with the exams and stuff, the girls sent me some pictures of their daily walk, and I think it was something like, you know, just look at these pictures and, you know, go to your tranquil place when they were out for evening walks, and just sent it to me. I just thought it was lovely, so I'm going to share a few of those pictures with you, and I will talk to you in my next vlog, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.